Welcome to another episode of Low Budget Shooting. What I'm going to be working on here is the restoration of a P35 FN Herstal Browning. This is John Browning, I think, is his last design. It's basically like the 45, except it's in 9mm. This one was in terrible shape. It actually has some German markings on it. So this one was made at the end of 1944, like 1944, 43 to 44. I know this because it doesn't have the slot in the back of it for the stock like the early ones did. This is from the Belgium factory. But really, I don't want to go into the history of this right now because there's tons of things on it. What I do want to do is show you guys something that took me a couple hours because somebody has been playing with this gun before, and it was to get the tangent sight out. This is a difficult process if you've never done it before. I found out that somebody else tried to do it on here, and when I figured out how to do it, they had caused so much damage that it made it really difficult. So the way the tangent sight works on an older P35 is that it's got two ears on it right here. You got these two little ears that when it's in the gun look like pins, and they go into these slots right here. So what's supposed to happen is this thing has a notch. There's a notch on the bottom of it under here that you may or may not be able to see, that the ears slide up under and then it lifts up. Oops. And I'm trying to do this where you can see it, and then that holds it in place. All right, now the way that happens is there's a leaf spring that's in here, and the leaf spring, this is one tough mother. I'm not kidding you. This thing's, you need some mojo, and that slides into the back of the tangent sight. The oval part goes in, and then what would happen for you to install this, and it takes 2 men and a boy, you push this thing down as hard as you can and slide in underneath those tabs, and then it'll pop up in there, and now you can go up and down with it. And now in order to get it out, you got to push that back down, and this is the fun part, and slide it out. And that is a royal pain. There we go, and it comes out. That's how you get it out. Now I will tell you, there's some people that I've seen on the internet that they take like a block of wood, if you're not strong enough to put that on there, and then I don't have it with me, but they got a clamp, a spring clamp that pushes down on that, and then you can take it and slide it out. Now normally on here you also usually have the I took it off because I'm getting ready to blue this gun. This is actually the adjustment for it, and you can slide that back and forth on here, and you would want that about halfway on there, and it'll help give you some leverage, and then it'll also help to where it slides up over the back of this ear on the back of the slide. Because if you don't do that, when you try to slide this back, you hit that little hump right there, where if you had that in about the middle to hold that up when you push that down, then you can slide it up over the top. So that's how to get a tangent sight out of a P35. Now I'm going to tell you what happened. You can see this is really boogered up in here. I'm trying to get it to focus. This thing, somebody, when it was in here, had taken a punch, and they thought that was a pin, and so they put a punch in there and started hammering on that, and what they ended up doing is folding over these two pieces of metal, and it was a pain. When I tried to get it out, when I was pushing that down, because those were folded over, it wouldn't push down. So I fought with it. When I got it out, those two ears had been folded under this spring, which didn't allow it to collapse. Fortunately, I had this piece of metal right here that I was able to hammer through here, and it spread those back out, and I got very lucky that I was able to salvage that, because I imagine trying to find an original one of these things would be a pain in the neck. So anyways, that's how to remove a tangent sight on the back of an old P35, if you're fortunate enough to have one of these. As you can see, this one is in terrible condition, and I'm going to reblue it because I've got nothing to lose, and rebluing it will look better than this pitted, nasty, scarred up, German marked gun. There you go, part one on the restoration of this guy right here. I'm looking forward to it. This is the first gun I've ever owned that had markings from the German military. I don't typically collect them because I'm not a big supporter of what the German military did, but I do have appreciation for a finely made weapon. So thanks for watching. I hope that helped you out. I'm trying to get these sights off of these old guns. Shoot safe.